Welcome back, everybody. Millions of Americans are living with chronic pain, whether it's from an injury or a neurological disorder. It can leave patients feeling helpless. The pain so severe for some that it can be debilitating. Mark Moore spent nearly 3 decades as a firefighter, and the job left him with severe back spasms. He's undergone several surgeries to deal with the problem and has struggled at times with the effects of pain medications. But with the help of new technology such as a spinal cord stimulator, he's been experiencing greater relief.
I use that probably 18, maybe 20 hours a day. They give me such a positive outlook, realizing that, I don't have things so bad, and you make the best of what you have.
Yeah, some pretty impressive technology there. The spinal cord stimulator is one of many things helping Moore. He also says hobbies such as photography and short walks have helped as well. Doctors are actively working to develop new ways to help patients deal with chronic pain. Joining us now is 13 Wham's Alexis Arnold, who pursued Mark Moore's story and got a glimpse at the new treatments being investigated. Alexis, just fascinating stuff.
Good morning. I think it's also important to point out that it wasn't just the new technology. I also should point out that, what works for one patient doesn't work for everyone. There isn't one single remedy. That spinal cord stimulator, while it worked for Mark, it might not work or provide relief for another patient. Something else he mentioned that really helped him was therapy, talking to a counselor about how to manage their pain. That's the whole premise of the piece we did last night was, Mark shared his story that, there is a way to live through your pain, managing it, taking the focus off of that pain and shifting it towards something else so it's not the center of their lives. And that's something the Pain Management Center run by URMC, they try to do that with a number of options ranging from behavioral treatments, pain medication. There are some alternative methods out there that some people try to get relief, such as acupuncture and even hypnotherapy.
I was going to ask you about that because there are a lot of people for whom that is actually enough, right? I mean, they'll have, they'll have that acupuncture, or they may have chiropractic work, and that's enough to keep the pain at bay. But it sounds like medicine is not the only answer, right, when it comes to treating that chronic pain. And doctors, are they shying away from prescribing, the really hard-hitting painkillers now for long periods of time?
Well, I know we talked to Dr. John Markman at URMC. He is the director of that Neuromedicine Pain Management Center. And he said that is often a challenge because sometimes it's tough for patients who are dealing with chronic pain to get off pain medication because they're worried about what it would be like without it. Would the pain be even more worse? And they do work a great deal weaning people off of certain types of medication. So, as I said, that doesn't become the center of their lives. They stay away from addictions. And some of these pain meds could even be worse in terms of taking a toll on someone's mental state. We heard from Mark last night. He said he was taking one drug that, it was the best he ever felt pain-wise, but it put him in a depression. And he said life passed him by and he became a hermit. So that's when he realized he needed to talk to someone, and that kind of helped him refocus his life where he could actually live. And, of course, he since stopped taking that medication.
Alexis, we see the video now of this stimulator that he has, the spinal cord stimulator, and it looks fairly advanced. Did you guys get into cost at all?
We didn't. Obviously, some of this is not covered by insurance and can be expensive. So, that's another reason why it might not be the right option for everyone. And that's part of the reason why some people look at other alternative methods as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and that's a surgically implanted device too, which I found really surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, it works for him, but it doesn't work for everyone.
Right.
So great story. Great story. Affects so many people. Alexis, thank you.
I've gotten lots of feedback about it. You know, many people saying they felt like Mark was telling their story. Definitely something I want to follow up on. Even heard from someone who does hypnotherapy in the community. So it'll be interesting to explore, you know, other methods out there, see what works, and, you know, hear other stories out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Alexis Arnold, thank you so much.
Thanks, Alexis.
Bye, guys.
All right. No matter what health issue you have, eating well is so important. When we come back, we're going to talk about eating plants, but not necessarily vegetables. I know. So
not just vegetables. And how warm will it get? Marty Snyder has a look at the full weather forecast coming up next. Stay with us.